Eh, on va continuer. Interroger ce cher.
I have heard the story of Dawson and Nelligan, the West Country bankers.
Yes, Joshua Nelligan was my father.
I am aware that it had a bad ending. When the bank failed, it ruined half the families of Cornwall, whereupon Joshua Nelligan disappeared.
My father was under extraordinary pressure. Dawson had retired. I was only 10 years of age at the time, but it was still old enough to feel the shame that befell our family. My father was convinced that he could pay off all his debts if the creditors gave him time. He set sail for Hammerfest in Norway in his small yacht, just a few days before an arrest warrant was issued. He left my mother a list of the securities he was taking. No word was ever heard from him again. We believe that his vessel went down, taking with it everyone and everything on board.
Thank you for the story, Mr. Nelligan. At last, we are making some progress. Interesting. Joshua Nelligan and Peter Carey were both at sea in Norway. There is definitely some connection between Peter Carey and Joshua Nelligan's disappearance. Locked. These are the suspect's belongings. These abbreviations mean something, but what? My analysis table. It is useful for my work. This is where I keep my post. My archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
Ouais, mais je viens de bord.
My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
Good gracious, you caught someone. At least now you have a suspect.
Brave Toby. The best nose in the British Empire.
Bah oui, mais. Bah oui, mais j'ai un devoir. Ouais, mais on peut pas... Oui, mais...
These are the suspect's belongings. These abbreviations mean something, but what?
Ah oui, mais on fait comment? Ah oui, je suis d'accord, mais on fait comment? Bah oui, mais... Ah oui, mais... Ouais, mais on fait quoi? Je suis bloqué, hein, on fait quoi? Bah ouais, mais... Bah oui, mais... Bah oui, mais je suis comment?
Locked.
Bah oui, mais je suis comment?
What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong.
Bah, je suis d'accord avec lui, mais je sais comment? Le journal de bord de 1500 permettra pas d'établir un lien. Bah oui, mais... Oui, mais je sais quoi? Il y a un bug là, je sais quoi? Bah il y a un bug là, il y a un bug. Bah je sais quoi? Oui, mais... Ah,
1883. That's the one I need. This is the crew list of the Sea Unicorn. Log notes for June. Nothing unusual. Log notes for July. Log notes for August. These... Canadian Pacific Railway, CPR, a torn piece from a bond certificate. I have seen this abbreviation somewhere very recently. There are 3 ways of discovering what happened in August of 1883 aboard the Sea Unicorn. The first 2 of these will require speaking with a dead man. The last would be to locate vital witnesses, the sailors involved in this whale hunt campaign. Something new, Watson. I have the list of sailors who were aboard the Sea Unicorn. We shall soon learn what happened to Nelligan's father. I have only to find them. Let us hope they are still working at the harbour.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard...
I doubt it, Watson. And really, I would prefer that all of this remains quiet for now. But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialists.
And who might they be?
The secret police division of Baker Street.
Ah, you mean young Wiggins and his gang?
Yes. Believe me, you'll receive more useful assistance from these little urchins than from a dozen yard detectives. Those children are everywhere. They see and hear everything, and they are cunning. Like his organization. I'll summon them.
How will you do that?
There is always a watch beneath our window. I have only to call him.
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Wiggins, I need you to track down certain people for me. I'll give you a list. You can read, can't you?
Big Oliver from our gang. He can, because his father is the coachman of a famous lawyer.
Fascinating. Here is the list of sailors.
Sailors? Easy. Just got to look with a run.
Sorry to trouble you, Mr. Holmes, but the inspector asks that you come to the station as soon as possible.
Thank you. I'll be there shortly.
Mr. Holmes, I'm glad to see you.
As always, what happened?
We have a new suspect, Liam Hurtley. I'm thinking that this case will be resolved very quickly now.
Interesting. Pray tell.
Well, the constable that I left at Woodman's Lee noticed a suspicious individual prowling around during the night.
Do you have him here?
Yes. He refuses to speak with us, but we'll make him talk.
Let us hope so.
Ah, yes, and one more thing. The constable told me that at the time of his arrest, the fellow was writing a letter.
Do you have it?
Of course. It's in the evidence room, at your disposal. Admit that for once, Mr. Holmes, Scotland Yard is a step ahead of you, eh?
Breathtaking. These are the suspect's belongings. Liam Hurtley's old boots. They're a size 9.5. The stains are fresh. They can be removed with the proper chemicals. A pen. Nothing unusual about it. Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I would like to ask you a few questions.
I've already told the police that I've nothing to say. And you're not even part of the police.
Precisely, and considering your situation, it might be wise to speak with someone who is, shall we say, rather more neutral. You are a suspect in a murder case.
I know. Inspector Lestrade told me. It's ridiculous.
Could you at least tell me who you are, and exactly what happened that you should be brought here?
My name is Liam Hurtley. That I can tell you. But you're not getting any more than that.
Well, we shall see. That's all for now. I need to prepare a chemical agent that is capable of removing fresh ink. For this purpose, the chemicals from the flasks should be combined in a certain order to perform a chain reaction. First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
C'est sûr. C'est quoi, on va passer, hein?
A map of London and the surrounding... Please escort this suspect for interrogation. So tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what did you hide?
Hide? What are you talking about?
I did as you asked and hid them well. Should I continue?
My letter? But the ink? That's impossible.
A touch of chemistry, nothing special.
Well, you're a smart one. But it's nothing. If you want to know, I was referring to my tools. It was to do with my work, see?
I will check that, Mr. Hurtley. That's all for now. Locked. Is this your husband's tobacco pouch?
I'm not sure. It might be, but he hadn't smoked in a very long time.
Your husband's private papers. Do you know where they are?
There was a small tin box, barely larger than a book. He kept his papers there. It should be somewhere in his cabin.
Does the name Liam Hurtley mean anything to you?
No, I don't know anyone by that name.
Thank you, madam. Locked. This window is locked from the inside. I do not see any attempt at a break-in. These boots match the footprints exactly. These boots don't match the footprints.
Who could do such a thing? My poor husband.
Locked.
J'ai fermé la clé, bah oui, mais... Salut. Ah, ça va.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what were you doing at Woodman's Lee?
Woodman's Lee? I've never been there.
Et merde. C'est Sherlock Holmes.
Mr. Hurtley, what were you doing at Woodman's Lee?
Woodman's Lee? I've never been there.
Tu connais pas Sherlock Holmes?
The second pair of boots that you had with you when you were arrested perfectly match the footprints found near the cabin where Peter Carey was murdered.
Footprints? That's your proof? How many men have boots like mine? That doesn't make me a murderer.
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would you care to explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would
Bah, en
you
fait,
care
ils
to
en ont fait deux
explain it?
jeux.
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
Ah merde. En fait, ils ont fait deux jeux sur Sherlock Holmes.
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would you care to explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
Because you are the gardener at Woodman's Lee.
I'm not. How did you...
I observed your hands. They told me that you work with the earth. Small fragments of plants snagged to your trousers indicate that you were mowing very recently. But the most obvious clue presented itself in the bird embroidered on your handkerchief. A crested tit, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, you got me. Yes, I am a gardener, and I went there to get my tools.
That's all for now. Hurtley's stories are false leads, but now I know one thing for certain. I must examine the site where the garden tools are kept at Woodman's Lee.
Le deuxième qui s'est fait sur Sherlock Holmes, c'est Sherlock Holmes. J'ai vu ça tout à l'heure. Parce que, en fait, le jeu là, il ressemble au premier qu'ils ont fait. Et en fait, c'est un jeu qu'ils ont mis dans le. C'est un jeu que j'ai acheté. Et je croyais que c'était un jeu qui est. Je croyais que c'était un. Comment dire. Et en fait, non, c'est pas. Enfin, c'est pas le jeu que je croyais, quoi. Parce que j'avais joué à un jeu qui était similaire. Pareil, présenté pareil, etc. Et apparemment... Enfin... Il ressemble, mais après je sais pas si c'est le... Je sais pas. En tout cas, il ressemble.
Madam, we have information that the valuable stolen papers are hidden amongst the garden tools here at Woodman's Lee. We need to find them.
Oh my. Our tools are kept inside the shed that's right behind me. Here is the key to open it.
Thank you, madam. Let's see what could be hidden here. Let us see what is in this box.
Oh putain. Alors ça... Voilà. Ça c'est le genre de truc que je déteste. Je déteste.
A bundle of letters in a woman's hand with the Carey family monogram. Hurtley and Mrs. Carey were in a relationship. That is interesting.
Il y a pas autre chose par hasard. Attends, j'y suis. T'es passionné par les Sherlock Holmes? Ah non? Bah, tu sais qu'il y a pire que Sherlock Holmes, hein. Enfin, je veux dire, en termes de jeu, où il y a de l'action qui bouge dans tous les sens, tu sais qu'il y a pire, hein. Hercule Poirot. Hercule Poirot, c'est encore plus lent. C'est encore plus lent que ce jeu-là.
Madam, I am aware of your affinity with Liam Hurtley.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Merde.
Madam, I am aware of your affinity with Liam Hurtley.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Mrs. Carey, we found your letters.
My letters? I asked Liam to return them to me. I wanted to burn them.
Why did Mr. Hurtley put them inside the garden shed?
I don't know. I wanted them back, but I couldn't see him, not after what happened.
Well, here they are.
Oh, this is terrible. Terrible. Liam, how could he? After what he has done.
You believe that he killed your husband?
No, I do not know. I do not know. Leave me alone, please.
Thank you, madam. I wonder if Wiggins has managed to find any sailors.
Ah. En fait, la facecam, comme t'appelles ça, en fait, ce que j'ai fait tout à l'heure, en fait, j'ai pas changé le truc, comment dire, j'ai pas changé le truc par défaut là comment on appelle ça, de la caméra, c'est que, c'est comment on appelle ça, c'est comment on appelle ça, enfin, comme elle est par défaut, quoi. J'ai pas changé le truc qu'il y a par défaut de la caméra, c'est comment on appelle ça, enfin, pour la taille, de la caméra. Le seul truc que j'ai changé, c'est je l'ai mis un tout petit peu plus petit, parce que, de base, en par défaut, enfin, le carré est un peu plus grand. Et au lieu de le mettre comme tu vois certains qui mettent à droite, à gauche, machin, ou sur le côté droit, sur le côté gauche, machin, bah moi je l'ai mis au milieu. Alors au milieu ça va pour certains jeux, d'autres non. Mais bon, ça dérange pas trop quoi. Voilà. En haut au milieu ou jamais ça dérange pas trop. Puis sur OBS j'ai réussi à trouver pour centrer la caméra. Donc, ce qui veut dire que c'est dans les paramètres tu fais centre horizontalement et OBS tu la mets au milieu. Pas parce que moi je la mettais approximativement au milieu, mais mais j'ai trouvé la solution pour que OBS me la mette pile poil au milieu. Voilà. Oula. Je ne t'avais jamais vu, Pascal. Ah bah, enfin un début à tout, hein. Et j'espère que je fais pas trop peur. Et là encore, c'est comme je te dis, c'est comment on appelle ça, la résolution. Ouais. En fait, la caméra que j'ai mis sur la télé, c'est une caméra que j'avais achetée à l'époque quand je commençais à streamer, je l'avais achetée à JTM. Et c'est la seule caméra qu'ils avaient. Bon, c'est pas une caméra en 1080p, ça, hein, c'est pas les caméras comme tu peux le voir sur certains streams. Non, c'est une caméra, voilà. C'est une caméra, on va dire de base, quoi. C'est une caméra, voilà, c'est une caméra que tu peux mettre sur. C'est une caméra que normalement c'est fait pour mettre ça sur un PC, pour parler sur Facebook, pour parler sur Skype et tout ça. C'est pas du tout une caméra de stream, hein, pas du tout. Hein. Mais bon, ça reste quand même une caméra. Donc voilà. Elle fait son boulot. Elle fait son boulot de caméra. Voilà.
Mr. Holmes, we found the sailors from that list you gave us.
Well done, Wiggins. Let me see. This is interesting. Let us review the other sailors now. This is interesting. Let us review the other sailors now. This is interesting. Let us review the other sailors now. This is interesting. This man is a harpooner, and his initials are PC, the same initials that were found on the tobacco pouch. Wiggins, could you gather some information on one of the sailors that you found? His name is Patrick Cairns.
We found Patrick Cairns.
Good job, Wiggins. Where is he?
He lives in a small furnished dump of a room, but he's always at the Sea Witch pub, where he does arm wrestles for money and drinks.
Excellent. Here is your reward. 2 guineas.
Thank you, sir.
2 guinées. Ça correspond à quoi, un guinée? Tu fais l'inverse des gens qui utilisent ta caméra pour Skype. Et toi pour streamer. Bah oui, voilà. Je fais l'inverse. Kazan ne filme pas. Non. Pas ça. Non, pas ça non plus. Non, pas ça. Oh là.
If I wish to speak to Cairns without alarming him, I had better dress as a sailor.
Ah oui, bah c'est bien, ouais. Marin.
Now I can approach Cairns and see if he recognizes the pouch.
Oula.
Hello there. Are you Cairns?
What do you want?
We've heard all about the gambling on arm wrestling here. You seem like the likely sort, and I'm up for it.
I start at 10 shillings.
Suits me.
Oula. Putain, ah, mal au bras à force, au doigt. Putain, j'ai mal au doigt à force. Putain. Allez, allez, laisse tomber. Ah, putain. Allez, 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 allez. Allez, putain, allez. Allez, allez. Ah putain. Hein? Ah bah oui, mais...
That's the arm that killed 100 whales. Care to lose another 10 shillings?
I'm ready to try again.
Fine. If you want me to take all your money, no problem with that. wasn't focused. Let's go again.
I'm ready to try again.
Fine. If you want me to take all your money, no problem with that. Well, good for you, I reckon. You're stronger than you look. Here's your 10 shillings.
I'd like to buy you a drink.
Good winner as well. That's good. Let's have a drink. You're a good type. Seems you've managed to settle down in life. You've got money, eh?
Not all that much.
Oh, well. At least you're not as poor as me.
Why do you say poor? You're not working?
I'm a harpooner. But you see, the whalers are rare. They don't pay much. So, as a result, find myself arm wrestling to pay for my drink.
A harpooner? Interesting. You've had a lot of adventures, I bet.
Of course. It's been a dozen years since I've sailed. I've seen everything. Old Wallace, damn Black Peter, Great Roger. We sailed to the Cape of Good Hope.
Black Peter, you say? I've heard rumours about that one.
He was the worst of them all. He was a liar, and violent too. Swinging those fists of his around. He was a tyrant, and not much of a captain. At least, not as good as Great Roger.
I see. Yes. I was told terrible tales about Black Peter.
But you ain't heard the worst.
Tell me, and let's have another drink.
It was in 1883 that happened. In August of that year, Peter Carey was captain of the Sea Unicorn, and I was a spare harpooner. We were coming out of the ice pack on our way home. One evening, we saw a little craft that had been blown north. There was only one man on her, and he wasn't a sailor. The crew must have thought that she had foundered, and they made for the Norwegian coast in the dinghy. I guess they all drowned.
we took the man on board.
And who was he?
I don't know. During the crossing, he and the skipper enjoyed some long talks. His baggage was just a tin box.
That's strange enough.
Aye. Even stranger was that on the second night, he disappeared. Nobody knew what happened to him. And of course, nobody could ask Black Peter about it.
You know what happened, don't you?
I do. I saw the skipper tie his heels and push him over the rail in the middle of my watch on that dark night. 2 days before we sighted the Shetland lights.
Black Peter's a murderer.
Aye. Those at home wouldn't be surprised to hear it. But all this must stay between us. All right?
Of course. Back in a second. I'm off to the Ghazi.
I'll be here with my drink.
Here it is. Have you got any tobacco? We've run out of mine.
Lost my pouch. I don't know where. Wait a minute. What's this?
Oh, is this your tobacco pouch?
Well, oh, it is.
Well, I have to go now. I know a captain who's planning an expedition to Cape Cod. Captain Ahab's his name. He commanded the Pequod. He might need good harpooners. I'll tell him about you.
Maybe. If you like, aye.
I'm done here. It's time to leave.
You met Patrick Cairns, the harpooner. Do you believe he's the murderer?
not saying another word.
What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong.
These are the suspect's belongings. I wonder if these are connected. No, that's not it. 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 Now we have the proof that Nelligan's papers were indeed here. It seems that they have vanished, however.
D'accord. Pas évident. Hein.
Good afternoon. I must be at the wrong address. I'd like to speak with a ship's captain, a Captain Ahab. Is that you?
No, my name is Sherlock Holmes.
That detective fella? So, you wanted to see me?
That is correct. We need to talk.
About what?
About Black Peter, who was killed in his own hut with a harpoon.
You know, don't ya?
Yes.
How?
The tobacco pouch. You recognized it.
Oh, the sailor. It was you. Unbelievable. Well, fine. I confess. But if you really do know everything, you should also know that I didn't want to kill him. He made me do it.
I know. Did you know about this story with the bond certificates? Did you need money?
Yeah. I just wanted him to cough up a little silver. I'm out of work, and I thought maybe he could help me. Well, he refused outright, and he insulted me. I reminded him I knew all about that murder he committed at sea in 1883. Then he got mad when I spoke about his treasure. I barely just had time to throw the harpoon at him before he could jump at me with his knife. You know the truth. What will you do now?
I ask that you return the bond certificates. Keep some of them. You will need them in your exile. It is better that you leave the country for a few years.
And you won't say anything to the police?
I will not say anything as long as you return the money.
Well, I'll do as you ask. But what about Inspector Lestrade?
I will deal with him. Goodbye.
It's good that you asked me to come, Mr. Holmes. We do need to talk.
About what?
What do you mean? Our case, Mr. Holmes. You sent me a message via your little thug.
His name is Wiggins, Inspector.
Telling me that the case is solved. Well, Mr. Holmes, tell me, who is our murderer and where is he?
The morgue.
Eh?
His name is, or rather was, Pablo Coventrao. He was also on the ship with Peter Carey, and he was a harpooner. I'll tell you everything, Inspector, but do calm down. Mrs. Hudson will bring us tea and orange cake.
Orange cake? You're spoiling me, Mr. Holmes. That's my favourite.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. Inspector Lestrade told me that I should thank you for clearing my name. He also said that you were waiting for me here. I came as fast as I could. I cannot thank you enough. It is all because of you that this nightmare is finally over.
I believe that this belongs to you.
My father's securities. Incredible! But how did you get them?
It would take far too long to explain.
Tell me. This is extraordinary. You are a genius.
Then that may serve as an explanation. Goodbye, Mr. Nelligan, and good luck.
Goodbye, Mr. Holmes. And thank you. 1,000 times thank you.
Ou je crois que j'y ai joué, mais... Ou alors ils l'ont remasterisé pour la... Ou si, je crois que j'y ai déjà joué. Mais ils l'ont remasterisé pour la One X. J'ai dit jouer sur la one.
This trip to the countryside will be good for you, Holmes. As your friend and your doctor, I really do recommend that you give yourself a complete change of scene. Fresh air, brisk walks, bird watching, chopping wood.
Sounds intolerable. I mean, certainly it sounds delightful.
But you haven't yet told me who your friend is, the one we're going to visit.
He is a bee lover.
A bee lover? Do you mean that he keeps bees? That must be Mrs. Hudson, bringing the warm cloth that I requested.
There is someone to see you, Mr. Holmes.
I have no time. Send whoever it is away.
Yes, Holmes, I really think we ought to leave now.
Mycroft.
Sherlock.
Oh, Mr. Holmes? Perhaps you don't remember me. I'm Dr. Watson. We met at the Diogenes Club a few years ago. I documented our encounter in a short story I gave the title The Greek Interpreter.
He does remember you, Watson. My brother remembers everything, and that is why he is so valuable to the government.
We're about to depart for the train station.
I know.
You know?
Sherlock, I need your help. There are people who presently threaten both our country and the Crown itself. You must help us with those methods of yours.
Need? Help? Those are not words I would readily associate with you, Mycroft.
I wrote you a letter, but you did not reply. And this is not about politics. It's about people. People similar to those whom you pretend to defend in your petty detective affairs.
Everything is about politics with you, Mycroft. I'm not interested. Have some of your agents, your spies, or worse, undertake this job of yours. You are defending your people, and they have little to do with the people I choose to help, I can assure you.
That is the point. You think exactly as they do.
Who are they?
The Merry Men. He is talking about the Merry Men, a band of idealistic terrorists.
Sherlock, do please think about it. They are planning something diabolical. Your country needs you.
You need me, Mycroft, and you are not the country. Although if your waistline expands very much further.
Mrs. Hudson, tea will not be necessary. Dr. Watson, the train conductor, Mr. Parker, is aware that you will be 7 minutes late. You are in the 4th car. The train will be waiting for you. Sherlock, enjoy your time in Staffordshire. And do, please, at least write to me on your return.
C'est pas un souvenir, ça. C'est pas d'un souvenir.
Watson, I'll hold a cab for us. We leave in 5 minutes for the station.
Bon, je monte dans le train. Et j'arrête. Je pensais vraiment, je sais pas où ça ressemble étrangement à l'autre. J'ai pas souvenir.
What a gloomy night. It was warmer inside the waiting hall.
Since the station master told us that the train is about to arrive, we should not have to wait very much longer.
Yes, at last.
Attention! The train is arriving at the station. Please stand well away from the platform edge.
I'll take your bags and your blasted archive suitcase. But, Holmes, the headlight, it's faded away.
Something is wrong. I can't hear any sound from the incoming train.
Excuse me, sir. Can you explain what has happened?
I don't know. It's as if The train vanished into thin air.
Holmes, say something.
Quick, fetch a lantern and let us take a look.
It's too dark. Only fog and rails, nothing else.
There is no use in stumbling around here at night. We will come back tomorrow.
Quand je pourrais, je me prendrais Hercule Poirot.
Well, here we are again at Evesham Station. We have a full day ahead. Let us begin our investigation.
Ou alors, je sais pas, je sais plus. Pourtant, il me semblait bien que... Pourtant, il me semblait bien que ça me dit quelque chose. Pourtant, il me semble bien que ça me dit quelque chose pourtant. Sherlock Holmes, Hercule Poirot. Hercule Poirot, c'est encore pire. Hein. C'est encore pire. Hercule Poirot. Y'a pas Hercule Poirot? Ah, Agatha Christie. Agatha Christie, j'y arrivais. 20 €? Bon, ça va, il est pas trop cher, ça va. Oh bah je m'attendais à plus cher. 20 €? Oh, bah, ça va, 20 €. Plus du giga. Je m'attendais à plus cher. Je m'attendais vraiment à plus cher. Passer adapté, c'est un gentil. Position maintenant, animé, extension. Prochaine crime, procéder à un conservatoire. Monter des énigmes, et surtout, je suis tout à fait questionné. C'est pas fantastique. Je vais résoudre les énigmes pour trouver la disque supplémentaire. Utiliser quelque part pour guider vos réflexions et permettre d'accéder au plan médical de vos. C'est un scénario. D'accord. Élément qu'a marqué l'enquête. Ouais, ça m'a l'air pas mal en plus. Ouais, pas mal ça en plus. Ça va être pas mal. Du giga en plus. Oh, ça va être 20 €. Ouais, je crois que c'était vraiment plus cher. Je crois que c'était plus cher. Je crois que c'était vraiment plus cher. Bon. Hop. Non, attends, ça, je vais faire ça. Hop, j'arrête là. Tac. Tac. Et